Hi, my name is Brenda Fulmer. I'm a partner with the law firm of Searcy, Denney in West Palm Beach. I'm here to talk to you today about the concept of federal preemption. It's something that's been in the news quite a bit lately, but I'm finding that a lot of clients and honestly lawyers and the general public don't really understand what it means. It's very complicated, but it's not very complicated at the same time. Ultimately, at the end of the day, someone has taken away your rights to receive compensation through our legal system. And this is law that should have been dealt with through Congress, and instead it was done through executive order. It was done through agency action, and a lot of people are upset about it. For the first time, we have people who haven't always seen eye to eye that are working on the same side of the fence. The American Medical Association, the New England Journal of Medicine, the trial lawyers organizations, patient advocacy groups. We all are seeing the realities of federal preemption and trying to educate the public, educate our legislators, educate anybody and everyone that will listen to us about what a bad thing this is. Essentially, at its core, under federal preemption, anything that is governed by federal regulation is potentially covered by this concept. And what it means is that if you're injured by a product that is subject to federal regulation, a medical device, an airplane, a motor vehicle, a prescription drug, if you're injured by those things, even if the manufacturer has done something wrong, you don't get to recover anything if your claim requires you to question whether the guidelines, whether the device was manufactured properly. And historically, we've always had federal regulations of these types of things, but they've always been considered minimum standards. And there's nothing that prevented any company from setting the bar higher. In fact, we have expected that they would set the bar higher. But with federal preemption, we now have these minimum standards being the only standards, but it's even been taken one step further. Even if they can't adhere to their own standards, federal preemption at its extreme would prevent you from seeking any recovery. We have seen it in automobiles that do not withstand crashes the way that they should. Perhaps those claims are preempted. Airplanes that aren't able to land without pieces falling off. Those claims could potentially be preempted. Prescription drugs that cause harm, that cause unexpected harm or cause things in an unprecedented amount, where the labeling on the drug does not adequately warn prescribing physicians or patients of the risk, those claims too would be preempted. This is something that could impact each and every person, and ultimately, at the end of the day, you have to look at this as corporate immunity. Manufacturers that make products should be required to stand behind their products. And if they're not required to stand behind their products, what protects us from them doing an even poorer job of making certain that their products are safe? They don't have any ramifications. Our legal system is the safety net. The Food and Drug Administration can't protect all of us all the time. Everyone is seeing, even the members of the own FDA going before Congress saying, we do the best we can, but yes, no, we're not even doing an adequate job most days of the week. That's why we need our civil justice system to allow people to pursue a claim if they've been harmed due to the negligence of someone else. And that's something that federal preemption would take away from all of us. In addition to that, if people are harmed and they can no longer work, they have hundreds of thousands of dollars in medical bills, who should pay for that? The company that negligently manufactured the product that caused that harm, or the rest of us through our welfare system, through our Medicare system, and that's ultimately what's happening. We've had a massive shift of burden from those that have the ability to prevent those things from happening to the rest of us. And at its core, that's what federal preemption is all about. If you'd like more information about preemption, I would certainly recommend that you look on the internet. There's a website called www.stopcorporateimmunity.com that has lots and lots of helpful information with regard to this issue. It includes information about cases that are going on before the United States Supreme Court, as well as a lot of consumer type information that would be very, very helpful. And we'd also urge you to reach out to your legislators. This is an issue that impacts all of us. Even if you're not someone that's been injured today, it might impact a member of your family, your neighbors, your friends, or it might be you tomorrow. And ultimately, we've all been injured, because if the people that are doing the things that are causing the harm don't have any accountability, then there will be more harm in the future, and we're going to all pay the costs of supporting those people and their medical bills and their lost wages and everything else, and that's just not right, and that's not how our system was founded.